Hi, this is Cycle 2, Week 20, Great Composers. Our second composer is Beethoven, so this is going to be the most famous composer of probably all time. And so kids will probably recognize him. Some of them might even know some of the works that he does. So we've got a picture of him. And then, same as last week, there's the 3 ways to go over it. The lives of the musicians is in here, the 3 main facts, and there's also the 5-minute Mozart video that you can watch/listen to and or just send home. The facts are there. Okay, so today we're going to do what's called a pan flute, and this was used during in Beethoven's orchestras. The cool thing, I guess, about Beethoven that I didn't mention in here is that he was in transitional music, they call it. So he wasn't a classical or romantic period composer. He was in between the two. But he did have these kinds of flutes he had flutes. He did not necessarily have pan flutes in there, but this is what we're going to make, and it's going to be really fun. So you're going to have a bag of straws, you're going to need scissors, and you're going to need tape. Now, I don't know if you have masking tape in your bins, but if you don't, then let me know and I can get you a roll for the day. So everyone's going to need a piece of tape cut, and it needs to be a foot. It needs to be long enough to hold the straws, but not so long that it's the whole entire table. So you're going to set it in front of kids face up. If kids can do this and you have older classes, then that's great. You can just let them cut it and put it face up in front of them. But I think for most of the younger classes, it will be easier if they have it placed in front of them. There's 2 different kinds of straws in your bag. There are the darker straws, and these have plastic around them, so if you're the art person, you're going to need to take off all those plastic straws or have a mom do it that morning. And then there are also the lighter color straws, and these are bendy. So we do not want the bend. So you have 2, so you are going to need to, what I did, if you use the bendy straws, those are going to be in your tape section, so kids can't bend them. If it bends them, then it's not going to work. But the biggest thing is that we need to cut off the pointy tips. All of them have pointy tips, and they are pretty sharp. So when kids are cutting the straws, please make sure that they're cutting the pointy tips. Again, because your masking tape is going in here, for these ones that will be pretty easy, but for the other ones, you just need to make sure that it is cut off. So you have 2 ways to do this. I think the easiest way is going to be to give your kids, so I have 5 straws in here, but I would say just let everyone take as many straws as you have. So if each kid gets 8 straws, that's great. Like, let each kid have 8 straws. It's just whatever amount, there's enough for everyone, if that makes sense. So maybe there's more than 4 for sure, but if there's up to 8, that's fine. And then your kids are going to need to cut their straws. This will be easier for some than others, but they all have to be different lengths. So the only reason that I'm hesitating to tell you to put the tape on first and then cut them is because, you're going to cut it, and then you're going to cut the next one off too. And then you're going to make a hole in that, and it's not going to work. So unfortunately, I do feel like you're going to have to cut them before you put them on the tape. So you guys can decide in your classes how that's best. For older kids, that'll be easy. They can follow that direction. But then once all of their straws are cut and their tape is faced up onto the table, you are just going to lay them. I'm hoping you can see this. Okay. You're going to just lay them in a line. I'll do it and then I'll show you. In the middle, because you need some of the straw to be on the top as well as the bottom. There you go, like that. And then you're just going to wrap your tape up. And it's okay if you have extra, and it's okay if it's not perfect, because that doesn't really matter. We just want the straws to be held together pretty tightly. If there's a little bit of a gap, that's fine too. So you can kind of see. So that one has a little gap, that one does, this one doesn't. But this is it. This is their flute. Much calmer than last week, but it works. And we've done this with glasses in science a couple weeks ago, so you can ask kids about that as well. And then we're listening to Symphony Number 5 from Beethoven. If you have any questions, let me know, but it's a pretty easy one, and it should be really fun. Thanks.